live from Grackle Studio. This is Eat My Shorts with This Week in Simpsons News. Coming to you live. This is the Notch. With me as always is Irvin. Hey Irvin. I have some interesting Simpsons information to deliver. And you and me are Simpsons heads, right? We're hosts of a Simpsons podcast.
Eat My Shorts, a Simpsons podcast.
And this is interesting. This is like stuff that I like to hang out next to the wire, especially in the wintertime because it gets warm around that area. And this stuff is hot off of the wire. So listen, and when I say hot off of, I mean, this is news that probably folks have heard about before, but this is big for Simpsons heads, right? Because it's going to be an interesting viewing experience. I'm going to tune in. Are you going to tune in? Can I give you the headline?
Yeah, what's the headline?
And this is coming to you from CNN, the Clinton News Network. The Simpsons to stop using white actors to voice non-white characters. Hey, and it's interesting because they capitalize the W in white, and everything else is not capitalized. Interesting,
Right. Like that particular letter is the most importance.
Yeah, other than The Simpsons, because that's the title, and you have to like adhere to that rule when you're doing headlines.
You think? Well, when does this start? Is as of next season?
Yeah, I guess this is going to be starting for what is it, season 32?
Season 32. Okay, so are any of like the big? Oh, man, we need to look at the graph of who voices what and like who is now gonna have to change.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about this a little bit, way back in season 1 of this podcast. Like one of our early episodes when we were covering Homer and Apu, right?
Mm-hmm.
About that documentary, The Problem with Apu, or what is it called? The Trouble with Apu? Yeah, Problem with Apu.
Oh, right, yes.
And, even at that time, like that was a story that was coming out, about a year later than that or something, where Hank Azaria didn't want to do the voice of Apu anymore. He was like open to not doing it. And then the Simpsons came back and they had that little scene where Lisa and Marge were talking about Apu not being cool anymore.
Right. And then they said that they used Lisa.
So they're not handling it well, but it seems like this is, makes sense that they're taking this step.
Who decided that?
Oh yeah, do you think it was like Al Jean or Disney or what?
But they're still are they still so are they owned by Disney and like Fox just airs them, or like, because I thought, or I guess it's just the distribution rights. I don't know, because it's still on Fox.
Yeah, and they still, like, if somebody wants to watch the newest, like the latest season, that the only place they can watch it is on Fox or on Hulu, but under Fox.
I think Disney owns Hulu now too, or like a big percentage of it, because it was a part of that Fox deal.
Whoa.
God, how is that like? How do they allow all that goblin?
We wish we saw that kind of money here at Grackle Studio. And listen, I don't mean to be critical or anything like that. I got later on a performance review coming up, so don't want to jinx anything. I'm trying to be like a good guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, strictly by the book.
Yeah, but speaking of the job, I just thought that this is interesting. Like, who are they going to get as voice actors, right? Like, I'm curious about like which voices we're going to hear do like Dr. Nick or Dr. Hibbert, you know?
Yeah, is there like, is Bumblebee Man up or what? Like,
Oh
how?
shit, yeah. Well, it's the show could go on for another 15 years because they can like consider this a reboot, you know, like fire the showrunner, get all this new blood in there.
A big new, like the biggest change, I guess, that the show has seen.
Yeah. Like Marvel did that with like certain comic book lines, right? Like it's like, hey, okay, everything's starting over right now.
Yeah, like Captain Marvel, like yeah, for sure. They make a change for like to move on or whatever.
There's precedent. So it's interesting Simpsons news. This is a big shakeup. Curious to see how it shakes out. And we're going to continue to give you the rundown on all the Simpsons news you knew you needed to know. All right, folks. Moving right along to this week's next explosive Simpsons headline. All right, I'm hoping most of our listening audience is sitting down. So here's the next story. I wanted to make sure that you, Irvin, and all of the shorties here on Flat Planet Earth, I wanted to make sure they are aware of this news as well. All right, we all may have found ourselves wondering what's going on with this particular story. I posed this story to you in the form of a question. What happened to Marge's father?
That's a great. Was it just that one episode? So they it is. This is kind of doing a lot of the work for us. Of like, oh, I was always like, maybe that's like something they did later on. But it sounds like you're. Well, I don't know. I haven't read the story.
Oh yeah, Irvin,
What
I should have
did
sent you
they?
like we do proper show prep most of the time with spreadsheets, Grackle Studio Slack group.
Yeah,
I neglected. I had a little kind of a rough morning. I heard that they let all the interns go this morning, so I had to do catch up. I was not able to add this to the Google sheet. I forgot my password, so I'll send this to you here via fax message. You should be getting one here in just a moment.
okay. Okay, I'm pulling it up here now. Ooh, it's hot.
Oh, it's fucking yeah, seriously. Like the shit that I got off the wires earlier. That was hot shit. I should be watching my language. I don't know if this stuff can fly. I got my evaluation coming up later.
It's a tense room right now.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll do push-ups on the breaks.
Yeah.
So Marge's father, we see him every once in a while on the show, mostly in the Fear of Flying episode. Don't see him a bunch, but we don't see him in any sort of modern Simpsons gathering, really, right? So we may all have found ourselves wondering, where is that guy? What happened to him?
I just
Uh,
figured he was flying somewhere.
and according to this story on ScreenRant.com, many people have been wondering what happened to Marge's father. And they have a revelation. This is something that they consider possibly a bombshell. But this is big news. They're not citing any sources, so I don't know if anybody can believe the words I'm about to say. They say he died of lung cancer. But
Oh, is that the tie-in with Patty and Selma?
yeah, I have a better explanation for what happened, and I didn't even I don't know what kind of credibility the people who write for Screen Rant need. But I could tell you, you and I, Irvin, we're real journalists,
Yeah,
and
this line.
I don't even back at home in my office. I have this like wall that's nothing but books about The Simpsons. It's like the entire back wall of my office, and I don't need to crack a single book to tell you that Marge's father died when he got eaten by Homer the gorilla in The Simpsons scary episode.
Whoa. I didn't know that that was Marge's father.
And a lot of people think that there's no sort of crossover. It's not canon. But I have another example of something that flies in the face of that theory, and I would like to consider it a theory. Uter shows up in the real Simpsons episodes as well as the Treehouse of Horror episode that he
Did he
was
premiere
established in.
on the when he gets eaten in the cafeteria?
No, it was earlier than that. It was the one where Bart is it's terror at 4.5 feet or whatever, 5.5 feet, where the gremlin's on the side of the bus.
It looked like Homer.
And he was making like trouble and had to get away from the window and sit at the back of the bus with Uter. So there you go.
The gremlin never attacked Uter. It just severed Flanders' head, right?
Yeah, that's true. And it potentially killed Hans Molman in that episode too.
Oh yeah, in his little car, which I
Yeah.
think was also a gremlin.
2 fatalities that we know of in that episode.
I think Automan killed Mole Man on that one directly by like running the bus into him.
That's true. Hey, we have insight into how Otto likes to drive the bus with acid in his system.
Oh
So
my god! In
he's
his spinal
potentially involved.
cord.
Yeah. And he probably has like one of those like beaded seat cushions. And if you adjust on those things, it'll release the acid in your spinal cord up into your brain.
Oh
So
my
that's fucked
god!
up. So that's if you're ever wondering, folks, there you go. There's your answer. Moving right along. Whoa, we have a new story for you. Oh shit! I didn't know that was going to play a fart sound effect.
This is coming right off.
DJ 3000 might need to be recalibrated. But check this out, folks. Now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can share my screen with you, Irvin, and potentially the whoever is able to see this video. You know, the viewers are really getting the full experience in this sense. Oh my god, a little bit of tuberculosis here in the studio, folks, but that's okay. Nothing I haven't dealt with before. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to play for you. I can do a full screen here if that enhances the viewing experience. This is something from a website. It's a Steamed Hams Take On Me mashup.
I'm already loving this. Bam!
Oh shit, they put some work into this.
Very good. Ah, Seymour's butt.
There's no video. I mean, there's no, what do you call it, audio.
Really? I can hear the audio. Oh, you mean no vocals?
Yeah, I thought they're going to do like sound drops or something, you know? Oh shit.
Oh, they were saving it for the actual cartoon.
Are they singing? Like, maybe when they're talking, it's supposed to be them singing the lyrics.
Oh. The ham.
This is so cool.
So
That was good.
This is
Wow.
I'm on ass.
This is, yeah, seriously. How did they do this?
This is so good.
Wow.
Has anyone been given so much mileage?
God, I don't know.
Yeah,
This is not definitely not in the Simpsons canon. That's for sure. I'm blown away by the commitment to this bit.
there is commitment.
They basically did all this, not only animation, but the video editing, how they melded the two things together. Shit, I think we got mosquitoes in the studio.
This good.
Oh shit. There's a lot of peril in this video.
Yeah.
This must have been like when Skinner was worried about the mob.
I think he just helped them get back in the house.
Yeah. It was nuts out there.
Peanut brought in grilled burgers.
There we go, folks. Interesting. Wow.
I applaud the commitment to the bit.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ. Wow.
Five.
Okay, listen, folks. That was a little something for the viewers. We would like to thank the people that made that video. And I would like to be able to
Yeah,
give,
who did make that video? Was
who
there like
gave,
an artist creator?
gotta give them credit. It's called, the YouTube channel is Bad Puns, right? Don't know if they made anything else before, but check it out, folks. That's where you can find it. Give them a thumbs up, would you please?
Thumb
Uh,
up.
yeah, double thumbs up here, folks. We take after the great reviewers like Siskel and Ebert and all that. So listen, folks. We hope that you've learned a little something this week in Simpsons news. Now let's start the show.
Listen carefully, and my words will shape images as clear as any TV show.
There's more than one way to get high, baby.
Don't be afraid to use your nails, boys.
I hate America.
Oh my gosh, folks, listen. Welcome to Eat My Shorts, a Simpsons podcast. We're a Simpsons review show. We talk about the Simpsons. We give them ratings, your favorite scenes, your favorite lines. Welcome, shorties. It's just a term of endearment. We love you. My name is Nacho. It's good to see you once again. And the viewers are getting the full experience. Hello, everybody. Joining me every single week, as always, please. It's Irvin. How are you doing, Irvin?
Good to see you again, Nacho Nova. I'm liking the two-tie situation you got.
Oh, this old number, nothing that important, folks. Nothing that special. Nothing noteworthy. I do this pretty much every single day. And it's not only because today is my performance review. This is just the notch on the day to day, But thank you for noticing. It's very validating, and I will walk into my performance review with my head held high. I'm in the waiting room right now. They've been making me wait since noon, and it's been a while, folks. It's a solid 8 hours of waiting, but I'm happy to be here. I don't think they're trying to mess with me. I hope not.
No, it's like it's like a positive tactic, I think. They saved the most important meeting for like the last one, like on Friday or whatever.
And yeah, I've seen pretty much everybody leave the office. No lights are on anymore, but I hope that's a good sign. I'm looking forward to getting this out of the way and starting the next chapter of my life here at Grackle Studio. While we wait, we do have very important work to get to today. And it's like you say, like we both say here on Eat My Shorts. If you love what you do, it's like you're never working at all a day in your life, period. End of discussion. So, folks, why don't we just jump right into it, folks? Because I don't like to waste time. I like to jump straight into things. You know what I mean? The shorties are probably wondering which episode we're going to be covering this week. Irvin, you may be wondering, but I think we both had the opportunity to watch this episode in advance. We faxed over the episode that we'd be covering.
If you're wondering.
All this stuff is coming in really hot off the wires. Like, I think we might need to have the IT guy come in and check things out.
Yeah, the wires need to be checked here.
Yeah, frankly, they're like dangerously hot.
On fire.
Folks, we're all trained in fire safety. Nothing but the best training here because, frankly, safety is our ultimate concern. But not far behind that, the Simpsons are right up there.
Right.
So, folks, you may be wondering which episode we're covering, and we're very happy to tell you that this week's episode of Eat My Shorts is none other than You Bet Your Ass. And Maggie makes 3.
Oh yeah. I thought this episode was older than it was.
I'm sorry, Irvin, what was that?
Oh, I said I thought this episode was older than it was. I didn't whenever we looked for it today, it was like very later than I thought. I thought it was like season 2 for some reason.
Same thing here. I got lucky when I kind of just spun the globe and landed on season 6. You know, because something like this, it seems super, foundational, very formative. A lot of canon here. But no, it's season 6, episode 13, way in the middle of the golden classic years.
Season 6 was that like 95? Oh shit, that's a part of the stats.
Oh, and folks, listen, coming in here, and I had to, we have to compile these things ourselves now because our interns are no longer. They've decided to pursue opportunities elsewhere. They decided they would prefer to work for a paycheck, and this company had something else in mind, so we had to part ways with our interns, but we still have good old DJ 3000 on the ones and twos, and that's pretty much the same thing. Frankly, that's what I believe.
Frankly,
Whoa.
Everything can be done by a machine now.
Well, hot dog.
I agree, and thank you very much, DJ 3000. So this is important stuff. We have some real cool stats this week. This is for mainly the stats heads, but I think this is something each shorty will appreciate. This is episode number 116. Think about that, folks. It's before the 138th episode spectacular. This is production code, oh my gosh, 2F10. Original air date, you bet your ass, Irvin. This is January 22nd, 1995. Think about that. What a time warp. And the main characters in this episode are Maggie Simpson and Homer Simpson. I'm taking this from simpsons.fandom.com. Interesting.
Cool.
So the couch gag, we loved it. It was Homer as James Bond, and the couch, what do you call it? The chalkboard gag. It was hilarious. Bagman is not a legitimate career choice, Bart. Oh my gosh.
That's fucked up. I guess I was a bag boy.
I was wondering if they were talking about like bag boy in a grocery store or bagman, like somebody who holds the bag for somebody robbing somebody or something like that. Like, is it like that kind of crime term?
Do you think it's one of them like early 90s terms that we don't understand?
Yeah, that's one thing with us being Zennials, you know what I mean? It's just like it's difficult to understand what the hell they're talking about. I have to consult like Urban Dictionary. That's pretty much all the stats, but I do want to mention several very important things here to round the stats out. This is written by Jennifer Crittenden and directed by someone that's called Swinton O. Scott III. Very Hollywood sounding. Jennifer Crittenden, we know that she wrote, we've covered several episodes from stuff that she's done. What? No, PTA Disbands, that's the one I'm thinking of. And Squintinos, since I have the ability to check this stuff out on this fandom site, he also directed, no shit, PTA Disbands, they're like maybe a team. Bart and the Road, Reality Bites, Mayor to the Mob, stuff that we know. Come on.
The Trouble with Trillions, the one where he has the like $1 million bill.
Yeah, that's the one. Mr. Burns is right. Showrunner for this season is Dave Merkin, or as the fandom website calls him, David Merkin. But even though this episode does seem like more of a classic, it's weird that it is so modern, but immediately when it starts off, this is just wall to wall classic stuff in this episode. Night Boat. That's the first thing in this episode is Night Boat.
Dude, I love the night boat.
The crime solving boat.
Canals.
Folks, listen, this is how TV was in the 90s. This is like perfectly analogous to real world shit. Somebody looking back on it would probably not be able to tell the difference at all, right? This is completely plausible.
It's been a minute. I guess society maybe just needs to be reintroduced to a like automotive hero show.
Well, I guess the closest thing recently would be the Transformers movies, but that's kind of a way off.
Can have like organs and stuff, right? Didn't they reboot Knight Rider? Like,
oh shit, they did do a Knight Rider movie.
Yeah, or made a movie.
So
as far as a personality,
it's funny. From what I remember about watching Knight Rider, because I've seen some episodes, they used to have it like on like before The Simpsons on all the rerun shit. When I was a kid, it was on like at 3:00. But the guy that does the voice of the Knight Rider is Mr. Feeney, from Boy Meets World.
Oh, no way.
So the car, the personality of the car kind of is like the personality of Mr. Feeney.
So he just gives great advice.
Yeah, but you know how like Mr. Yeah, he calls him Mr. Matthews all the time.
He called the main character that.
Yeah. So like I'm wondering if they're like tied together, if one is the prequel for the other. I don't know.
Does this car keep referencing like history?
Yeah. Yeah, like the headquarters for Night Boat, what do you call it? Knight Rider. Like they drove into a cave and on the inside it looked like a third grade classroom. But like the same personality that Night Boat has, Knight Rider has. So like when Night Boat's getting snippy, he's like, "You don't have to yell at me. I'm all around you." Classic Mr. Feeney.
So Feeney. Hey, Boy Meets World was never really referenced on The Simpsons, I guess.
Nah, different universes.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Missed opportunity. There's so many missed opportunities that we've been coming up with on season 3.
Yeah, like Mr. Feeney should have been a substitute teacher like the Jewish cowboy was.
That would have been a pretty good goddamn episode. Look at this. Look,
like Krabappel have like a rowdy school like affair.
Yeah, seriously. Somebody else would have to do the voice, but it's okay because somebody new does the voice for Lunch Lady Doris. So what are you going to do, right?
Be involved as well.
Yeah, new Lunch Lady Doris too. A lot of new voices on the new season of The Simpsons, from what I understand. Stay tuned, folks.
Speaking Simpsons news.
Tune your ears in, is what I'm saying.
We'll break in needed when we get like we find out who's playing who. Let's start it.
We're curious, folks. And also, if you have any information, any leads on that, let us know. At Eat Martial Arts Pod on Twitter. Slide into our DMs, please.
And send like the little like wave emoji.
Yeah. We need to know that you're part of the blue wave before we interact with you. And don't forget to go out there and register to vote, please. And if it's too late, just like storm into the office and raise a big stink.
Yeah. Or like illegally vote by mail.
Oh, you could probably pay somebody to like figure that out. Okay, so I remember the Night Boat scene, but what happens? The electricity goes out. What the hell happens to the TV? Why are they not able to continue watching Night Boat? Oh, because Marge comes in.
Yeah, and they get mad because they weren't doing family shit.
Because it's like designated mandatory family time.
I think they started looking through photo albums, which I do people not do anymore. I still I create photo albums, but it's been getting rarer.
Yeah, I used to be a big photo album head growing up, like scrapbook head too, because you could save like movie ticket stubs and stuff.
Yeah, we were cam head.
Yeah, but well, I still am, but it's all digital. Like you don't have, I don't print shit out anymore. You know, it's like it's a lost art form, kind of.
E-head.
Do you don't like? Do you still keep a photo album?
Not really. The closest, I mean, I have photo albums still, but the closest I would say is printing them. But even that's getting rarer. Like print, like going through your photos and like going to like a 1 hour photo place.
Yeah, I did that recently to print shit out to send to my grandmother. You know, but I still haven't sent it because of the coronavirus. You know, like I don't know, like if I don't want to transmit germs to her.
Maybe pics or something.
I don't want to
Well,
like I could spray them with Lysol, but then they're gonna get all fucked up. You know.
well, you could tell them to just, when they arrive to just leave it in the mailbox for like an extra week. Because
Or
I
maybe
think
I
if,
can tell, like the postman could put his lighter on it.
yeah,
So I don't know. Like I would like to continue keeping one again because it would be fun to do something with these photos.
I think it's cool for your coffee table too. And when I don't know, is that me turning into an old ass man? Company
Nah,
over pictures.
this is come on. This is a bygone time, folks. But we grew up around these things, and it is fun to flip through them. You know.
Your $90 candy dish. Like you have to have something on the coffee table.
Mm-hmm. Boys love candy, or it's fun to like slap these up on the refrigerator too. You know.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you got you. There's a couple of us on my refrigerator.
Oh shit! Cool.
The one I can think of for sure is us in front of Moe's when we're in costume from a couple Halloweens ago.
Oh yeah, folks. Bygone times when bars were open and accessible to the public.
Okay. Freelance terrorist. Oh, you're right. I was like, why did I write that down? I think once Homer starts telling the stories of why there's no pictures of Maggie.
Oh yeah. So as we go through the photos, like they're reminiscing about what night boat, Bart sleeping, a whole bunch of Bart sleeping. They're wondering why there's no pictures of Maggie, and then that's when they start telling the story of, like, hey, come on, we have a good explanation for this, kids. The writers must have been high fiving themselves. Jennifer Crittenden, she must have done like a little like, you know,
Oh, right.
a
Like
private
the
celebration.
yeah, looking like you're pulling a gas pump or something.
Yeah, like a end zone dance,
Oh, that's yeah.
because she figures out like what a perfect way to start this story. Why is there no pictures of Maggie? And Homer's telling that silly story about what he's at the nuclear plant and freelance terrorists take this over.
I was really that really tickled me. They announced themselves as freelance terrorists.
This is like when General Krull started writing at least his pen pal's letter.
By General Krug.
But hey, Homer's like super good at this shit. I don't know if he's like bullshitting in his storytelling or what, but like, wait, no, what? Oh, the real story is he's stinking up his terminal room, and Lenny and Carl they're smelling his sweat and becoming disgusted.
Homer's BO is an obvious issue. All the popular characters on TV had BO issues at the time.
Like Al Bundy.
Al Bundy, probably every male character.
Oh my gosh, folks. Seriously. It's like did somebody let a skunk loose in here? Oh my god. I just don't even want to think about it. I just had lunch. They let me have one of those little tiny envelopes of tuna and some crackers. It's been a solid 8 hours. You know, like if this was an airplane, I would be asking for a second helping by now. But what can you do?
Get a sliver of tuna.
Yeah, me. It's like a cat would be eating more than me, but I'm not complaining, folks. Okay, so Homer's happy because this is the day where wait, Smithers comes in with his paycheck, right? And Homer has been counting this day down on his calendar that this is the day that he's out of debt.
Also
Uh,
a bygone era, right? Like
the
getting
calendar?
yeah, a calendar as well. But like getting your paycheck given to you by like a boss at the end of the week,
Oh yeah,
like
and like actually handing an envelope over.
an envelope, and then you have to go cash your check. I remember doing that when I was a teenager.
Oh shit! I used to have to cash my check at like Walgreens. I'm sorry, Walmart checkout. Like at the register.
You weren't allowed to do that?
I guess they would do it. They would charge like $3 or something. But I was like, what, 18 years old? I didn't know how to, or 17 years old. I didn't know how to cash a paycheck.
I didn't even know you had to sign them.
Yeah, I thought I was a hotshot, like they were autograph hounds.
If he wants us 25 cents, he'll have to autograph it.
Yeah, like this guy's good at his job.
Okay, so yeah, getting the paycheck delivered in calendars. Is Dick Clark no longer alive? Is he alive still?
He passed away several times, and then recently, the last one was the final time. I think he passed away right when the countdown hit 0. Like it was a very dramatic way for him to go out.
He died on the air.
Yeah, and everybody was like, it was kind of overshadowed because everybody was so happy and they were celebrating.
The big New Year's Eve ball just lowered onto his pastoral corpse.
Seriously, it was kind of not so glamorous way for him to go, but we all remember him for the happy times, all of those wonderful moments.
He was known as the guy that was always looked young until he died.
Yeah, but that's what they say, live fast, die old, and leave a young looking corpse. There's a lot of hoops to jump through to fulfill that properly. But it's doable, folks, and we can all achieve it if we have the right mindset. This is just what I believe. I'm like a real team player. That's just something that I'm saying for no reason at all.
Yeah, and you're also very receptive to feedback. May I add?
Absolutely, folks. I focus on the big picture, and if I have, I would say if I like had one flaw, it's that I don't have enough flaws.
And also, like, not to be outshone is your dedication to like the day to day as well as the big picture.
That's important too. You need somebody who's got that attention to detail, but also somebody who can look at things on the macro level. Something I think is interesting to me is destroying the status quo, but also respecting it. And one thing that I strive to do every single time is, contrary to what other people believe, I like to take things to the next level. That's some real thinking person type stuff.
What do you think they're going to ask you in your review? Have you prepared for it or like done like some practicing?
Well, here I've done a little bit of like role play and rehearsal, and I'm guessing they're going to ask me where I see myself in 5 years, and I'm going to say running this company. And they were talking about like, what about them? And I said, I don't really think they're doing so good at that job, and I would do it better. And I think they respected that.
They're like, no one's ever said this to me.
Yeah. So that's something like I think they're gonna like fix out. I haven't really prepared for it, but they know me, right? It'll be fine. Yeah. I got 2 ties on. Like that pretty much seals the deal right there.
Double the effort.
Oh, this is something I know that we've all wanted to be able to do in our lives at some point, right? Stroll into the boss's office, especially if the boss is as somebody as nefarious and despicable as Mr. Burns. To be able to walk in there and tell him off and quit and start creating havoc.
Him as a musical instrument.
Yeah, and also defile his desk by removing the coaster from underneath the glass.
I believe it. He's like, how dare you?
Hey, but I always thought it was cool how Homer was such a good bongo player. Like, we never knew this, right? Like, he's instantly at it.
He's really good. Maybe that comes from his mom's hippie roots. Maybe like those dudes that were smashing her, like taught him when he was younger.
Oh, you make a good point. She lived on a commune, so he must have heard a lot of bongo music. Oh, shit. And he listened to the King Biscuit Flower Hour. There must have been some bongos on there. But it was great. He plays Burns's head like a bongo on the little cart throughout the plant, disrespecting Burns in front of everybody. Burns was paralyzed with rage. He couldn't do anything. And he does throw Burns violently off that little cart like after he exits the plant.
That was like murder. That old man body.
He couldn't be held responsible for his actions, like he was on the warpath or the, what do you call it? The quit path.
He burned his bridge behind him.
Hey, I've seen this a lot in memes now, right? On Twitter. The little Homer burning the bridge meme.
Really?
I feel like I've seen it a lot lately. Hey, but it's a good meme. Come on, it's funny. It's literal. We all love literal shit.
It is a good meme. Mind-numbing, back-breaking labor. Hello, dream job in paradise.
The show depicts the bowling alley as so utopian, and it's something Homer's always wanted, and he gets a job, right? What confidence. He's instantly hired by Uncle Al, who I guess is Barney's uncle, but it's Barney's Bowlerama.
Maybe he named it after him, or maybe Barney was like his dad's name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Barney Jr.
Yeah. We've never gotten insight on his dad before, I guess.
Okay. I mean, season 32, potentially. We could write this episode. Hey, come on.
Do it. Eat my shorts. Barney develops like cheatiophilia or something.
Oh, that's a good subplot. Yeah, Bart starts he sees Goof Troop for the first time.
Barney starts thinking about that big syrup bottle again that he killed.
Oh yeah, okay. Hey, but we could like reconcile with that old Simpsons episode by changing him from Mrs. Butterworth into something modern,
It would have to be a new corporate sponsor. Things are changing right now.
Topical though. So Barney gets fired, and this is probably when he starts going to drink at Moe's.
Barney gets Homer a job, but immediately gets fired.
Mm-hmm. Homer's super happy. He's eager to celebrate with Marge this new milestone in his life, new chapter.
Quit your job, told your boss off.
Yeah, this is like a fantasy for people all over the world, I imagine.
Do you have any crazy quitting stories like that from any previous jobs?
I don't know about crazy. Damn. I've left, in the middle of a shift a couple of times.
I stopped showing up to one job. And I think they just eventually took me off the schedule. But I was working at a grocery store at the time. It was my first job in Austin. I was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually they were like, can you bring like your security clearance little badges or whatever back? Because I thought you were going to like break into the money, I guess.
Damn. So yeah, I guess that's just like a security thing at that age.
Yeah. Fuck that job. They made me shave my facial hair. A weird policy.
Like it was the military?
Basically, it was Randall, so they had a policy against beards. So
Jesus.
So one time the manager like gave me like he called me into the office and he like just gave me like a razor and shaving cream.
That's ridiculous.
I would go cut my shit off. Yeah. An older version of me probably would have just walked off.
That's why. So you had to fucking shave in the manager's office?
No, I was allowed to go to like the back room and do it.
Damn, like a piss test or something.
Well, you know what? That's the crazy part. They never did that.
Well, that's good. Yeah, if it's a choice between piss test and shaving.
Yeah. You don't need to test my piss to know how excellent it is.
Yeah, this is top quality piss, by the way. I only just had to quit jobs where people are stupid assholes. Mostly those jobs. I fortunately don't foresee that happening here at Grackle's studio. So it seems like a thing that'll just be completely in the past. Or did you ever have like a dream job or anything like that?
I don't know, not really. Not in the way that I guess you would think when you were younger. What like because what do people want to do when they're like super young? Be like an
Like
astronaut.
NBA star.
Yeah, multimillionaire athlete.
Yeah, the first NBA on star on the moon.
With those boots. Was those really a thing?
Moon boots. Yeah, people. I remember people liking those things, right? Moon boots.
Bringing in and out of your vision.
I think you could walk on the walls and on the ceiling too. That was a thing.
The human fly guy.
Mm-hmm.
Really. I think that's the one thing that's like everyone's dream. It's like, can I go to space? That would be pretty dreamy.
Because while Homer and Marge are like celebrating this wonderful new change in Homer's life, they started off in a very romantic way by a little dinner and dancing, right? This is the classic gateway to a romantic as hell date.
Yeah, dancing and dinner very underrated. Quality night.
And they're getting them done at the same time because they're dancing in the car while they're eating drive-through Krusty Burger or whatever. Gulp and Blow.
Car dates are fun.
Was it Krusty Burger or Gulp and Blow? Because Gulp and Blow is our old spot.
I think it was Krusty Burger, but I don't remember. Let me just look real quick.
I think you're right. I think it was Krusty Burger.
Yeah.
Hey, but it looks like they were wearing the same kind of like date night outfits they used to wear in like what they used to wear in earlier seasons, you know? Same.
Yeah, that orange dress that Marge would wear.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
felt very nostalgic. And she was even wearing the gloves, you know, the evening gloves like we were talking about in the last episode.
This is no longer a thing, right? But you said this is like an old-timey thing people used to do.
I don't know. I don't know if women wearing gloves is a modern fashion statement. I don't know if I've seen people wearing gloves.
It was Krusty Burger. Yeah, the last person I saw wearing a glove was like Michael Jackson, I guess, but I'm sure other people do it.
Oh my gosh, the passed away Michael Jackson. I heard he's in heck now. I'm trying to watch my language this week and every week because I believe that stuff is for the gutter. And it's going to be hard for me to talk about this next scene without using like gutter language. Because on this date, you know, Homer and Marge go to the beach and they start getting a little frisky, if I may use that word, rolling around the sand, getting down to beeswax almost. But they need to go home because they both have sand in their pants. Hey, this is a real problem on the beach, you know, folks.
It's hard to get out. Well, that's why they have beach showers, right? Because it is.
Oh, so this is going to be difficult for me to explain. When Marge and Homer get back home, they start to procreate, and it leads to a lot of ejaculating and sperming.
Yeah.
I can't believe they had the technology to show us this scene in the detail that we saw it in.
The camera view from inside of the sperm cell.
Yeah, wasn't it weird how
the cameraman get there?
This is something I noticed for the first time watching this scene today was that Marge's egg, after all the Homer sperms are donking their heads together, you know, almost docking, you might say.
They were docking some of them. It looked like.
It looked like it. Yeah, seriously, Bugs. I saw that animation in the distance. But you know, like Marge's the egg, it had like Marge hair decorations on the outside. It was sort of like, yeah, like ringed with her pointy hair. It was weird.
Oh, weird.
Weird visually.
Well, it was the early 90s.
It's true, folks. But it was awesome to see Homer reenacting that scene. He's swimming as a sperm. Come on, folks. Classic stuff. You got to give it up for this particular episode.
Great. in The Simpsons. I also liked it when Homer went sterile and you saw like the Smithers sperm and how like healthy they were.
Oh yeah, they were like swimming in formation.
Why was I expecting there to be like a solitary burn sperm like in his sperm somehow?
I wonder if a writer advocated that for that. That would have been great.
Like and the Smithers sperms are all smiling, but his is just like a scowl, like just angry.
That
Yeah, doing that.
would have been a good gag. God, but that might have been like too much for them to have to explain to the censors, you know.
Why is this one different? The censor asked. Well, you see, his boss,
Listen.
his boss, which we are also, and we all should be, because bosses deserve our respect and our compassion.
Well, yeah, they make this whole thing run, folks. Speaking of making things run, it seems like Marge was soon after this making runs to the bathroom. And speaking of running, we're fortunate because we're in a situation where we're running a lot of commercial sponsors right now. So many good ad deals. This is a testament to the strength of the show and the listenership.
For sure.
And the testament to the strength of the hosts, I would say, too.
Secondary to the management.
Of course, that's true, folks. And you really have to give it up for management here at Grackle Studio. Oh, the remote studio audience agrees. Take advantage of these products and services, folks. They've made Irvin and I's lives way better. So stick around, get these products, please.
Have your credit cards ready.
What a wonderful deal. We'll be right back.
Now a word from my God, our sponsor.
The Simpsons will be right back. Ting ting.
Right. And then Lisa hears him.
Yeah.
A man named Andy.
Yeah, because he's like screwing up the lyrics.
People like it when you do that, right?
I mean, yeah, just ask Weird Al, right? Super Diamond recording artist, Platinum Diamond recording master. Think about it.
New Weird Al content.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him on Twitter lately, but then he did tweet a couple days ago, like he was all stressed out about this new modern climate that we're living in. It was really alarming to see how he was coming down on it.
Was it like in song?
Nah, he wasn't even like talking about parody. He was just like stressing out on Twitter. It was very unusual. At Weird Al Songs.
Yeah.
On Twitter. But listen, folks, we're here to talk about the remainder of this episode of The Simpsons. I don't believe this one features Weird Al, but I mean, there's so much wonderful music in this episode and in our hearts that accompanies us throughout the duration of this. But hey, this scene is super idyllic, if I had to characterize it. Homer's like he characterizes it as a walking coma. I like that description.
A waking coma. The Bolorama.
Oh yeah, waking coma. Shit. I'm getting self-conscious about getting the details wrong because I am waiting currently outside the boss's office. And I'm just hoping that one flew under the radar.
Like when Homer put his head in the Shino Bolo.
That did not fly under the radar. He was caught.
But he convinced Barney's uncle that he was telling the truth.
You see that great visual? It's like the mirror that they keep up in the corner on the ceiling of corner stores, you know?
Like the ones you see in like 7-Elevens to prevent like a gang of 3 to 4 kids from stealing stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and also if you're carrying the dolly, it helps you see around the corner so you don't run into people.
If you have the uniform, it also helps.
Yeah. Then you're home free. Yeah, they barely question you. Okay, Homer got questioned. Yeah, he got caught. Hey, you know what I thought was interesting about this whole period? Like Homer's living his dream life, but he's still wearing the same clothes that he wore to the power plant job. Like it seems like he'd loosen it up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, maybe like have like a more chest showing. You mean at least?
Yeah, like
Or
maybe like a little gold medallion, you know?
yeah,
Dress
like
in a tracksuit.
Kent Brockman would wear.
Exactly.
That retired life.
Living the dream life. Or like Chester J. Lampwick.
Okay, that's like the extreme rich example. Um, I was thinking like Polly Walnuts from Sopranos, like in
Yeah,
those like velvet suits.
exactly. The tracksuit.
Yeah,
That's how he wants to do it. That's how I
he,
thought he wanted to do it. But he's still wearing his corny uniform, and meanwhile, Marge is vomiting every single morning. We mentioned this, and she has gotten to the point where she has to go to Dr. Hibbert, and he confirms what she had suspected. She is pregnant, folks. Oh my gosh.
pregnant with love for her husband.
So we get the gag where Dr. Hibbert has like the hair that keeps up with the different styles at the time, you know?
This was like a cool thing to see in the flashbacks. Oh, maybe that's why I thought this was like an earlier episode, is because it was given like that standard flashback type of writing where Homer's like giving the story and like mentions like pop culture shit at the beginning.
Yeah, I
But
love when Homer sets the scene of the time period, you know, like not only in just the episodes where the kids have been like the flashback episodes to the kids being born, but also like in the B Sharps episode. I just it just all the most arbitrary stuff. But I mean, something that does anchor us to a particular year is Dr. Hibbert's hairstyles. What is this, 92?
95. Oh, you mean in the setting? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they said it's
they're
like, and Homer was even being vague about like when he was setting up their ages.
yeah, they're already trying to take it the fact that like Bart's like already 40.
Yeah. um so Marge is stressed, and she's like nervous about telling Homer, so she's just spending a bunch of time hanging out in Lisa's bedroom, and Lisa's already catching on to this being unusual.
Dr.
um
Hibbert to sell the baby.
oh shit, yeah, for $60,000.
I didn't catch that. I didn't remember that line. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, they must cut that out in syndication or something, not
Yeah.
repeating.
Don't sell your babies, guys.
No, folks, please. We're against this on this show. And we are not hesitant to come out and say this. Marge seems really nervous about Homer finding out about this. And as she's about to tell him, actually, this is when she's about to tell him, she walks into the bedroom and Homer just sitting there praying about how he needs God to freeze everything exactly how it is. And he's even given an offering of milk and cookies.
Oh yeah, and he said he won't ever ask for anything again. Just additionally lying again. Give me no
Yeah, that's an effective way to pray, right? Asking for nothing.
sign. I love that. This made me think of the time when he was the clown and when he gets ejected out of the car and he just goes, Lord, save me.
Oh, and he caps us all off with "Thy will be done."
I will be done. Give me no sign.
So Marge doesn't come clean, but it's starting to become obvious, right? Like she's got the little belly showing.
Yeah, the baby was coughing from smoking.
Oh yeah, she's hanging out with Patty and Selma, and she lets them in on this, but she makes them promise not to tell Homer. So they do. They promise, even though it seems devious.
They're always getting told to not tell the other. Didn't Homer hide something from Marge with them too?
Oh, the IOU, yeah. When they bail him out for the mortgage because he blows all the money on pumpkins.
And
This is a great, not only just one of the all-time great Patty and Selma gags here, but it's just one of the all-time great Simpsons jokes where they promise not to tell Homer, and then they go home and open up the phone book and call. They flip to the A's, and then call Mr. Aronson, and then the time has elapsed, and you see that they're getting off the phone with Zukowski. And folks, what a great misdirect. They just called Aronson and Zukowski the two biggest gossips in town.
It was the joke from the Greyhound episode again, the 24,
Mm.
25, like of the time passing. I love the time passing gimmicks. So funny.
Good gag. We appreciate this sort of humor on the show, folks. But after Patty and Selma let these two people know about Homer and Marge being pregnant, Homer's out and about in the town, and absolutely everybody in town is congratulating him. What is it? Wiggum, Apu, Mo. Everybody's starting to get increasingly obvious about the language they're using. But Homer is super dense.
And he's really laying it on thick with another perfect day and my perfect life with my perfect job.
Yeah.
So happy. Like, they're just showing him smiling and just having a great life.
Well, and he's like enjoying everything he's doing at the Bolorama too. Like everything is really clicking for Homer.
I like that they keep referencing how he makes like really shitty money, but he's really happy because that's awesome, right? But the fact that that's what he thinks everyone's congratulating him for, like when Wiggum pulls him over, and then what did Apu say? He called it a little bundle of joy. The bundle is little, and then Mo ruins it.
It's just becoming a little bit more abstract.
I do enjoy working at the bowling alley.
Okay, so the ultimate destination here? He's going home, and Patty and Selma have thrown Marge a surprise birthday shower. Took me a while to figure out what the hell that thing is called.
Oh yeah, that's where you they do it in like the Catholic Church, right?
I think so, right? Yeah, people who have community organization for those things.
Like they shower the baby.
Oh yeah, and in the episode where but Home Sweet Home Diddly Dum Doodly, where Flanders has a baby shower for the children in the lake.
Right. And then Homer gets showered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Homer, like right at like in that episode, Homer intervenes right on time, right when this is about to start happening. But he doesn't even figure it out, right? Like,
what a great entrance, man! It's windy as hell out there. What an announcement! This man is home.
Oh yeah, he doesn't get it, and until his favorite friend Maud Flanders congratulates him on his new job. After all of this, congratulations from folks around town.
Congratulations on your new job.
You know what? You know how like in this episode later on you see the continuity error where Marge is pregnant with Maggie, but you see Maggie on a picture in the background. In this scene, I noticed a continuity error for the first time when I was watching today. You know who's in this episode that Marge doesn't meet until a little bit later in her life?
Is it the bowler?
Ruth Powers is at her baby shower in this episode.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, she's right there next to Patty.
And Marge doesn't meet her till like later.
I wonder if maybe it was animated after or whatever and released weird.
Continuity error.
Whoa.
They're like, oh, we need some characters to be here. Like, what about Ruth Powers? Like, yeah, sure. What the hell? Not realizing that she hadn't met her yet.
Whoa. Maybe she was. Nah. Well, there's got to be a backstory. Even Marge's mom was there, and Dr. Hibbert's wife.
What, the kids are kind of getting bored and having to go, use the bathroom, get snacks. They're not interested in Homer's story. Bart starts retelling it, silly style, with Homer's head exploding.
Yeah. We're doomed. So after that, he asks for the raise at work, right? Or they talk about like them needing money.
Oh yeah, that's why I wrote this down. I wrote triple business. I don't know what the fuck I wrote down triple business for. Um,
Oh,
because he knows he's gonna have to like have more money coming in for the baby, and asks Al from Barney's Bolorama for a raise, and the deal is Homer has to triple the business in order to justify getting a raise. Uh, we get that great little interlude scene here. What is it? The montage. He's trying, diligently to figure out a solution to how to triple the business at the bowling alley. So he gets the advanced marketing book, tosses in the garbage, gets the beginning marketing book, tosses in the garbage, looks up marketing the dictionary, and then eventually just resorts to staring at a bowling ball. Everything is too complicated for him. It was great. So after all this, his aha moment after staring at a damn bowling ball is just to shoot the damn shotgun in the air. That's a good solution. After not fucking figuring out a damn thing about marketing.
bowling, bowling here. Oh, just shooting a shotgun into the fucking air makes sense to me. I mean, in the way that it sounded like he was trying to attract cops.
And firemen. And it makes it seem like if Homer heard shotgun blasts, he would walk towards them.
Right. Because it's announcing a big special event or something.
Yeah, like when you see searchlights.
Right. Like, I need to go to the base of that location. There's a big party or something there.
Yeah, like at the base of a rainbow, has there's like gold there.
The
You just
leprechaun.
naturally want to inspect the destination, Mm-hmm. Lots of agreement.
He had to quit his dream job because they weren't paying him enough.
Oh, and his marketing scheme failed. Listen, it's difficult. They gave him his great parting gift of that awesome jacket. It looks pretty slick.
I liked it. And then his little friend Joey, he was sad. They were sad to see
Oh
bowling alley.
shit! I don't know if things turned out too good for that guy.
Oh, the little cough he had.
Yeah, it was a serious cough.
Yeah.
He's what? Sorry you had to split, right? That's what the jacket says.
Yeah. Hey, dude, that's a sick. That was a sick jacket.
Well, he doesn't get a jacket that good again till the next bowling episode, the Pin Pals, and that's a shirt.
Maybe he could wear. He could. Oh no, he sold that shirt. It was like just wear a double.
That would be a cool. If somebody like a real Simpsons fan found those two clothing pieces, that'd be a cool combo.
Well, maybe you'd feel the best if you just let the jacket touch your bare chest or whatever, and no shit. I was so depressed. He was like doing like a long, slow walk back to the power plant.
Oh, and because he knows that's the only thing available for a person like him in Springfield. There's a funeral, like those bells tolling for him.
Very prophetic.
So sad.
The big Burns photo at the reception desk.
He's big on gigantic photos of himself. Yeah, it sets the tone. What he has to go through once she figures out he's a rehire, he has to go through the tiny supplicant's door, the little dog door.
To come back begging.
It's a good gimmick. I mean, Mr. Burns was standing there waiting on the other side.
Do you think like he got like an announcement or something or a call to give him a heads up to go stand over there?
Yeah, like a little intercom system.
Groveling his way to you. Yeah.
And he's comically dirty.
He looked like he was shining everybody's shoes like and slithering on the ground to do it.
I wouldn't look down on somebody who's in that position. It's a really classic way to let management know that you're serious about climbing the ladder and working your way up from within, folks. You ought to be grateful if you're in that position. And I do consider myself a grateful person. I don't know if anybody's still in the office right now, but I'm hoping I get in for my review here before the end of the day. I've been here, pretty much all day. This is the point where Homer, once he gets his job back after the groveling, he's got no choice. He probably had to like lay on his back and expose his belly too. We've all been in that situation.
Yeah.
He gets the plaque, the demotivational plaque.
You're here forever.
Mr. Burns is really happy to show that to him.
Mr. Burns is very spiteful. He's petty.
So after, Maggie's birth, we find out that all of the Maggie photos are at Homer's workstation. This is where he needs the most cheering up. This is where we see all these Maggie photos that we've never seen before plastered up all over the wall. That was fun. Like, like I said, like I noticed little sight gags this viewing that I'd never noticed before. I was noticing like a lot of these little Maggie photos for the first time where she's like, photobombing Lisa and Bart pictures by getting in front of them and like just angry Maggie, stuff like that, like I'd never seen underneath a blanket Maggie. It was nice.
Also, it was cool to see the other. We always see like scenes in Homer's workspace from that angle. So like now we know what's on that wall, and it was all the pictures.
I can understand why they don't show it because it is kind of demotivational. Although, with the photographs, I guess it would be nice to show, but then they'd have to redraw them every single time, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Homer thought that Maggie had a gigantic penis when she was born. I don't know if they've ever made another joke like this in The Simpsons, but it was kind of funny, because he thinks the umbilical cord is a giant penis.
I guess Ned Flanders still has his own umbilical cord.
Oh yeah. Oh, listen, I was uncertain what happened underneath because it was like I've only seen the censored version of that scene, so it's still kind of unclear to me what that's about.
I think it was his umbilical cord. Like it's like a Christian thing to not get it removed.
Oh shit! Okay, and well that makes sense. And listen, I am trying to start my own faith organization. With my Grackle Studio accountants are looking into it right now. But that is interesting trivia. I'm not a member of that religious sect, but that's cool trivia. I'll bring it up at my next cocktail party. Socially distancing, of course.
You're just holding your drink and tilting it as so.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, folks, this was a very sentimental conclusion to the episode. I'm sure people who were parents who watch The Simpsons love this scene a lot. But like, what sentiment, right? I'm sure folks must have had the Kleenex boxes handy at the end of this one because, oh my gosh, folks. If you weren't feeling something at the end of this episode, then I don't even want to fucking deal with the idea that you live on the same planet as me. Ugh. It just pisses me off. Frankly, folks, that's something I don't even want to have to conceive of right now. But something I think we can all agree on is that this was a classic episode of The Simpsons, even though it takes place much later than we remember it to do.
This didn't win like an Emmy or anything, right? Yeah, it was definitely highly rated.
Damn, let me see. I have like information open on this one. I don't know. I think it's in terms of kind of like we this is something I thought about the episode we covered a couple weeks ago, the Marge Be Not Proud episode. How I felt like that episode was something that was absolutely structured to be an episode that could be just an absolute classic, just replayed over and over and held up to repeated viewing. This feels like one of those episodes too, just everything about it is so observational and just super universal, and it makes it super timeless.
Yeah, very timeless. Yeah, outside of the Hibbert, hairstyle thing, but that's gold.
Oh
That's
shit, yeah. And also, like, the amount of money that a baby would cost on the black market, it would probably be a little bit more
than that now, probably.
Yeah. So they would have to like dub in a higher dollar amount for that episode, for that part right there.
Mr. Black. Yeah, it's just.
Is there anything else? Did we leave anything out?
Quimby having a kid with someone who's not his wife.
Oh yeah, that was something I wanted to mention too, because they usually cut that shit out, and he got so nervous.
He was so nervous.
Hey, the thing with Sea Captain was kind of good too.
Catch him.
He takes a picture of the baby like it's a catch, like a fishy caught.
Yeah. The Sea Captain got busy on the boat.
Interesting. Also, we seem to get a little bit insight into Homer's personal life, and he is apparently a stalker of Dick Clark. Like, he wants to see him on Leno or Letterman or whoever, and then he's aware of that it's his birthday, and then he wants to harass him. He sounds like a stalker.
Yeah, Homer stalks Dick.
Oh my gosh, folks. And this is the kind of stuff that you wouldn't get it unless this was a thinking person's podcast. Eat my shorts. It's the thinking person's podcast. It's true. Folks, listen, I think we can rate this beautiful episode. All right. Like we've been saying, it's an absolute zonk of an episode. I would have to give this $60,000 adjusted for inflation.
The price of a baby.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna give it 2 bowling balls.
Oh, 2 bowling balls.
One named Homer, and the other one just the standard, regular, generic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, folks. But absolutely complete, absolutely whole, absolute unity in 2 bowling balls.
What? There's no holier sign.
Not according to Homer Simpson or Eat My Shorts, a Simpsons podcast.
Correct.
Now listen, shorties, you may be wondering, how do I get in touch with the show beyond listening to the podcast? And we understand, because like when something's really great, you want to like continue finding out more about it. We're at Eat My Shorts Pod on Twitter, Instagram, all these cool places.
Video podcast now?
Shit, fuck, yeah, you're right. On YouTube, Jesus.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, the viewers are really getting the full experience, folks.
Yeah.
And there's more merch coming your way. We got that stuff on, if you go to our website, but gracklestudio.com, you can find it there. Cool. All right, thank you, Irvin. And maybe next week can be in person.
I think that this is going to be the way it goes.
Because people have to like cross-pollinate the germs,
I was looking back, man, at the episode list, and we did the 2nd year anniversary episode under quarantine, and that feels like it was already a long time ago.
Damn, that is wild.
Season 3's been it's been a little crazy, but it's been fun.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. A few things have been different, folks. But we're still at it. And there's so many more classic episodes to get to. And listen, regardless of whatever happens in my performance review today, I am happy to continue with the show. And we have very interesting things planned, but I can't spoil it. But I will spoil it on patreon.com/eatmyshortspod. Woo! Hey, listen, let's haul ass to Lollapalooza. Wait, what's the fucking new one? Keep watching the skis.